Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Well, mystery solved. This has been driving me crazy for months. Anyway, I'll go outside at night and it sounds like there's the biggest party ever, but I can never figure out where it is. Well, the other night there was this loud party, and if you'll remember a couple videos ago when I gave you tips for living in Thailand, I talked about having noise canceling earphones because it doesn't matter if you live in a subdivision or where you live, there's a party somewhere at night. Well, I go outside and in my carport area, there it is, boom, 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 boom. I can hear it again and I can see lights flashing, but this time it was from an area down the road that I could see, and I know for a fact there is no way there's a huge stage and such a big party going on there. There would be nowhere for it to be. So this time I got on my motorcycle at night and followed the noise. So as I went down these side streets looking for it, all I had to do this time was follow the big lights because there's big strobe lights flashing everywhere. So I go down these side roads and then I saw what I did not expect to see. So instead of there being a big stage and a large audience, because this music was loud, for those of you who are familiar with Thailand, you know that Thais love loud, super loud music to where no one's gonna have a conversation ever. Anyway, so I get there and there is this big generator, huge generator, attached to this big old truck, big one, speakers all over it, with a DJ who's on his computer on the back side of it doing a bunch of songs. And sure enough, if you look on the front side, there's strobe lights everywhere and loudspeakers, and there really wasn't even that many people dancing around to even enjoy this thing. Right in the middle of the road, blocking off this road, so there's no, and I travel down this road all the time. There's no way you're getting by this thing. It's blocked off everything. So you're gonna have to detour if you accidentally run into this thing. Right in the middle of the road, and I believe it went on till about 11:30 at night. And I just can't imagine living right next to it. I mean, we were probably half a kilometer away, and it was loud enough to go through our windows into our bedroom, and we have noise cancellations and fans going and air purifiers. It meant nothing. It came straight through the window. Now, I've had a lot of you asking me, how's the weather? You know, Songkran's now over. It should be getting nice again, and I agree it should be getting nice again. We've had no rain. We've had very little wind. The whole time in Songkran, it was just smoky, but nobody cared. Even I didn't care. I was kind of over it myself. So whenever I did that video of Songkran, I was no mask. I mean, you're gonna get it wet anyway. It really doesn't make any difference. But right now is just like all the other days. It's still smoky here in Thailand. It's hot. Now, for all of those who are wanting to know when this weather is supposed to get better, it's actually any day now. There is rain in the forecast in about 6 or 7 days from now. Hopefully that's gonna happen. We had a little bit of wind this morning. I'm thinking, oh great, it's gonna blow the smoke away. No, it just blows other smoke closer to us. So it's gonna clear up here soon. So for all of you who are planning a trip here in the near future, I've had a lot of people ask me, when do you think it's gonna clear up? When do you think it's gonna clear up? I think it's gonna clear up the last week of April. So we'll find out if I'm right or not, and I'm just going off the forecast. So if you're asking, where do you go when it's smoky? Well, my wife and I had the bright idea, which wasn't bright, is to go to the mall. We're figuring if you go to the mall, you know, they're gonna have air purifiers. You don't have to worry about being out in it all day long or something like that, because you really outdoor activities, it's just not the greatest time to do that. So we go to the mall only to find out everyone in Chiang Mai had the exact same idea. Normally, all right, this was the Central Airport Plaza Mall. Anyway, it's the one near the airport. We normally we park fairly close and you can just walk right into the mall. We parked in the nosebleed section. It was like a sea of cars. Never seen that many cars for the mall. Anyway, we got through all that. We go inside and we brought this time our new, what is it, the PM 2.5 meter. It's to rate how the air quality is. So we're figuring, okay, the mall, they're probably gonna have a good setup in the mall. It was 160 in the mall. So we went to go see a movie, and it was funny, even in the movie theater, it was 160. And I could see that, because how are you gonna have an air purifier big enough to handle the entire mall with all the doors going open and closed, open and closed? But we found out real quick that that wasn't the best solution for trying to get some clean air in a public place. So coming out of the mall, I heard singing, and I was pretty sure that I was going to see something in particular singing, but I wasn't prepared for this. Wow, what a voice. Check it out. So I found a good way to stay in shape. I came over here to this place and decided to try to go up the steps for this temple, thinking, oh, I looked online, it was like, it said 300 and something steps. My foot, I've been walking, I guess it hasn't been that far, but I'm so out of shape. I've been walking a little ways and I still haven't seen the start of these steps. But anyway, these are steps that go up to the temple. Okay, so while I'm cooling down, here's the main steps that I was looking for. I'll see you on top. Okay, we're at the top. I'm slowly getting my breath back. Talk about out of shape. Well, here's proof positive what I was saying about the smoke. It's 6 p.m. in the afternoon, and this is what it looks like from the top. So as you can see, it's still smoking. Well, I just got flattered coming downstairs. The guy's going upstairs. He's like, oh, I am so tired. I don't know what country he's from, but I'm very tired. I said, I know. Me too. He says, but you are young, young, young. I am old. I said, okay, I'm 53. I'll be 54 on April 30th. I said, how old are you? He said, 47. Another thing I've been up to, I went out to a place called Khoi. I've never been to Khoi before. It's about a 3.5 hour drive, I believe is what it was. And I went to a Karen village. It's the tribal people out in the middle of nowhere. And I stayed the night out there. Now, they're wonderful people, heart of gold. They were wanting to feed me. And, you know, I ate some food, but they had this for breakfast. And before I show it to you, let me tell you exactly what it is. It's a bowl of frogs. Cooked frogs, the whole frog, not a frog leg, not a frog tongue. I'm talking the whole frog, frog face, frog, everything. Now, you don't want to be rude when you're somewhere and you're the foreigner and they're bringing you food. So I did eat a frog leg, but not the entire frog. Now, before we go, I definitely want to give it some shout outs to some people that's been supporting the channel. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. We sure really would appreciate it. If you feel so inclined, buy us a coffee, link in the description. There's also a link down there that says thanks. If you click on that, it's another way that you can give to the channel, and you can give monthly on Patreon. Thank you very much for all the people that support us. Since I just said that, the shout outs are to the people who did just that. So I've got a list here. For the people who clicked on the button down below where it says thanks, it's called Super Thanks. I'd like to give a shout out to Gavin P, thank you. Richard W and Dennis T, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Also on Patreon, we got a new one on there, and that is Richard W. Richard, thank you very much. And by the way, Patreon, I am able to put up some more videos or information on Patreon. So for all of those of you who are on Patreon, I'm going to be uploading on hopefully a weekly basis on there, behind the scenes type thing. Another shout out is for Buy Me a Coffee, and that is Dennis T again. And we also have Mike and Elizabeth, thank you very much. Tim G, and we also have Jesse O and Rob G. So thank you to all of you. Anyway, that's all I have for you right now. There's a lot of videos coming up in the future, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching. And until next time, Kap Kun Kap.